Hey guys, how are you? Natalie Cutler Welsh here. So I did a business training for my team last week and I thought I would just record it, capture some of it here. And it was about the 3 H's in business and around business success and really happiness in business, and also resilience in business, and what I consider to be the 3 things that you got to do. And there's so many pieces of the puzzle. Here are 3 of them, okay? So they're the 3 H's in business. So it's head, it's heart, and it's hustle, right? So let's start with head. So headspace, mindset is so crucial in business, in just life in general. So as long as you're making sure that what you're feeding yourself, what you're consuming, what you're reading, who you're hanging out with, what you're listening to, is positive, is keeping you on track and heading you towards where you want to go. I think one of the reasons people struggle to have the success, whatever that looks like to them, that they want to have in business or life is they care too much what other people think. So what they're doing is they're falling victim to comparinitis, right? So they're looking around, they're seeing what everybody else is doing, wondering if they're doing the right thing, thinking that they should be doing this and they could be doing that. And I think that's danger to your business. So headspace is crucial. Where is your head at? I'm going to walk and sit down. So that is a key. I would love for you guys to comment, if you're watching the replay of this, what are you doing for your headspace? Like, what are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? Set that down. Because that is going to be a huge part of where you're going to end up. Okay, so that's the first H. The second one is heart. And if you know me or know my journey, you can check it out, nataliecutlerwelsh.com. I've tweaked, right? I've pivoted, I've re-navigated myself as I've gone along over the past 7+ years. And why have I done that? Because one of my guiding values is to stay in the zone of love. So if I don't love it, I don't do it. And so I think coming back to your heart and making sure what you're doing in terms of the day-to-day of your business, like if you love people and you love doing one-on-one consulting or coaching, great. If you hate that and it makes you cringe and every time someone books an appointment you want to cry, don't offer that as a service. So making sure that you're in the zone of love, you're doing what you want to do. And if you're not, then either reconnecting with why you're doing it, again, coming back to heart, or tweaking or pivoting so that you are doing what you love. And it might be that you tweak your niche. So you're going, I actually want to niche and work with these specific people because they bring me joy. Great. That you don't have to change things up entirely, but re-niching or narrowing your niche can be one way to stay in the zone of love. So that's the H, coming back to your heart, coming back to why you're doing it and how that's going to affect things, okay? So I know for me, when I niched and I started to work more with speakers and helping them amplify their own impact and speaking on stage and screen and media, for me, that was a way that I knew I wanted to help the people who help the people. So I wanted to work with people who have a positive impact so that I could amplify my own impact, but I didn't have to do it all myself. And so that niching for me got me re-inspired and re-excited. So that's something to check in your business. Is your heart in the right place? Is your heart on fire? And if not, how can you reignite that feeling? Okay, so the third one is a word that not everybody loves, but it is something that if you're in business, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you do have to hustle. You gotta make things happen. And here's a great example. The other night, I had a market stall booked for my doTERRA, which is a big part of my business. And I looked at the message and it said, so please set up on Friday night after 10 p.m. And I was like, oh my God, it was 8 o'clock on a Friday night. I was all ready to watch Graham Norton or just hang out with my family. Anyway, and I start packing my bags and getting all ready, and my husband comes in and he takes a photo of me. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just, doing what it takes. And I said, yeah. And that is the difference, I think, between people that are at my level. And I'm a diamond with my doTERRA business. So that's, that brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of good dollars. And I have a lot of amazing people that I work with. But I think the difference between someone that just makes things happen and just digs in, you got to have the hustle, you guys. If you want to succeed in whatever business you're in, you got to have, at times, you need to be able to dig deep and make it happen, okay? And that loops me back to headspace, because sometimes we're like, oh, it's too hard, or oh, I don't really want to, put myself out there. How did I get a market stall? Well, I asked for it. I did a little bit of hustle. I was like, hey, I see. I see that there's a cheerleading comp coming up. I'd love to have a stall there. You know, can I be one of the exhibitors? So I put myself out there. So I think that comes back to headspace, going, well, if I know what I want to achieve, sometimes I need to put myself out there and not really care if they say, no, sorry, we already have enough exhibitors, or no, sorry, that your product doesn't fit with our event. You know, that's okay. So sometimes you do have to hustle and make things happen, but if we live in the zone of hustle all the time, we're gonna end up exhausted, right? And probably bitter and resentful, sick and injured, all those horrible things. So we need to know when to like dial it back, and we need to know when to turn off the computer, right? Close the computer and spend time with other people that bring us joy and love, right? So coming back to the heart space. So there you go, you guys. That is my really, really brief overview of the 1 hour session that I did with my team. And when I say team, I'm talking about the leaders, the people on my doTERRA business who I mentor for free, but I also have clients that I mentor for dollars, obviously, as well. So, because if you're not in business, like if you're not making money, then you're not in business, you're just in hobby. And that's probably the 4th H, where we probably don't want to be. So if you want to be in business, we're going to focus on those 3 H's, the head, the heart, and the hustle. Awesome. Hope you've enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know what action you're going to take, because I am definitely all about action. And hopefully I'll see you guys at one of my upcoming events, or my upcoming workshops, or online again. So check it out, nataliecutlerwelsh.com. See ya.